So I'm at it again. You ready? I'm going to take you out there. Now, one of the things that I take for granted very often about gardening and everyday life skills that I practice, I think everybody knows them. As I wave a knife around, I'm not aggressive. It's just because I'm going to show you how to do something. So I take for granted that people know how to pick rhubarb and process it. I don't know that people know that. I just assume people know that. And we all know that assume makes an ass out of me and you. So I'm going to stop assuming and I'll start showing you literally everything I do and how I do it. And if it's boring to you, tell me. I'll speed it up. I just think that I might be missing a group of people that might want the knowledge. And it just came to me today and it just occurred to me. So I'm going to act on it. So here we go. Ready? Okay, when looking at a rhubarb plant, let's just get a full vision here. So you guys get I have 3 of these. Anyway, they're ginormous, and I'm just showing that you to show off because I fucking love them. The leaves you can do so many things with, number 1. Number 2, they're toxic. Do not eat leaves. But what I do with leaves is I use them for a weed barrier, and I'll show you that. But getting in here to the rhubarb to pick it, now what I do, if I can get in here and show you, is I actually take and down here, I break it off at the base of it as best I can. That's not quite as good as I'd like it. One sec, I'll see if I can do another one. I'm trying to also take the biggest ones. Okay, here, like that. See this? That's ideal. That's what you want to do. Okay, so this is what they look like. I've picked them. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to take these leaves off. I'll just cut them off right here at the top. Okay? I can't do it one-handed. One second. Okay, so then I have stalks of rhubarb like that, and I have leaves that Bo is on that I'll have to... I luckily don't use the leaves. But what we do with the leaves, you'll see, as he jumps at them, you'll see some of the dried up ones here. What I do, though, is when I pick my rhubarb, they actually get laid down like this, and I use them as a weed barrier. They are one of the best weed barriers out there because they are toxic. There's not even a lot of bugs that eat them, but they make a great compost, putting their green back into my garden and making it so I don't have to pull as many weeds. And, well, I don't know about you, if you're a gardener, that's great. Next, we'll take them into the house and clean them up. Okay, we're just going to wash it with cold water, okay? You're looking to just get all the dirt off. Now, I don't use soap. And people that, number 1, because it's for my garden, and I do everything organic. Number 2, I don't see the point in putting soap and petroleum products that you're trying desperately to not have in your food back on your food. Seems kind of counterintuitive, don't you think? And I will figure out camera angles after a while. Right now, this is just the way it is. So yeah, you just wash it with cold water. Give her a good rinse. Then, now the cutting part, that gets different. It depends on what you're doing with it. If you're making the barbecue sauce, all you gotta do is I slice it like this, just rough little chunks, because I'm gonna blend it in the blender. Now, if I'm making a pie or pickles or relish, then I will take the time because they're not gonna be chopped up and the visual on them is going to change things. Or if I'm making cookies or whatever, then I will consider how you chop them. And for that, then I will probably, most likely, I go lengthways. And then I take and after I've got them sliced up, like so, then I will take and chop them like so. The reason being is you get the nicer, more uniform little small pieces, so they're more aesthetically pleasing. And speed. And if they're a little bigger, then I even take and chop them in half one more time. So it just depends completely on what your plan is with it. So if I'm doing it for preserves, I do multiple jars of different things. So the other thing is I'm going to try this year. I haven't done it yet, so this is new. I'm going to also try freeze drying it. Not freeze drying it. I don't have a freeze dryer. One day. It's on my wish list one day. Right now, I just got a dehydrator. I'm going to dehydrate it. The other thing is you can use just your oven if you don't have a dehydrator. Done that for years. I just got a dehydrator last year. You can dry it in the oven. And then you can have it in a jar in your pantry and it'll last pretty much forever. Not forever, they'll go stale, but for a long time, for years. And then you can just reconstitute them or even use them as dried to put into, because it's a great fiber. One of the things people don't know about rhubarb is, as a vegetable, it is great fiber. It's one of the highest vegetables in fiber. It is high in water content. It also has vitamin K, vitamin C, calcium, potassium, and the cooking of it doesn't negate or remove all of those properties. It's actually fantastic. I love it in smoothies, like raw and fresh like this. I put it in smoothies. It's a great tartness, and adds a lot of fiber, and then your daily dose of vitamin K, your C, your calcium, potassium. So I mean, rhubarb is an all-around great vegetable that adds a lot of things. The other thing is cutting it like this, and then I cut it like, it would look like a fry is what my goal is, and then you take and roast it. You'd be surprised how good it is. I'll take you through that journey too. But that's how I go through picking, cleaning, and then decision on how I'm going to process. Because of course, the cutting of it and picking of it is the processing of my rhubarb. So processing depends on end product. It's not just a generic carte blanche across the board. So after that, when I get it all chopped up like this, or like this, or like this, or I make ribbons of it, and you can make candy. A very nice, chewy, tart, sour candy. It's delicious. Anyway, you can do that too. But that also changes, because then you'll cut it as ribbons, and I'd use my mandala or a peeler. But that's just a few things about the beginning. This is just the beginning phase of rhubarb. I think it will become a full series. And for anybody that knew most of this information, thank you for watching. Add any tips and tricks, you're very welcome to add them. They're most welcome here. I'm doing it to be inclusive and not to, like I said, not to assume that people know all these things, because so often what I do is I assume that everybody knows all the things I do, and then I just don't share them. And I'm starting to realize that that's not true. So to be inclusive and show everybody the basics of what I think are basic, because I grew up with it, here you go. And if you have any questions about what I did, or if I missed something, because again, I will miss things because I'll just take for granted that people know things, let me know. If you don't want to publicly put it in the comments section here, then by all means, like DM me the question, and I will do my best to answer it. Thank you. That's rhubarb for today from Susan and Pinches and Handfuls, or because I'll probably use my videos on multiple platforms. Just an FYI, I do have YouTube, I have Instagram, I have Facebook, obviously TikTok, and a website and other places. So for me, time, energy, all of them just go into one. If you like my randomness, or even don't, tell me about it. If you like it, follow me, share. Anything that you do like. If you don't mind telling me what you do like and don't like, it gives me the, I don't want to waste my time or yours. And if you just think I'm all around that I shouldn't do it, well, you can try and tell me. It's really never stopped me before, so. The more you know, and have a great day.